KELY News, sponsored by Sahara Motors. The Kawasaki KX450 is built out of the box with everything you need to dominate the track. Check it out today at Sahara Motors and let the good times roll. A red flag warning has been posted from 11 a.m. until 11 p.m. today, with winds up to 35 miles per hour, but today, hot with a high near 91. Local government offices and most banks are closed today in observance of Juneteenth. That includes the Ely landfill. Services, including county offices, post offices, and financial institutions, will remain closed throughout the holiday, with normal business hours set to resume on Monday. At yesterday's White Pine County Commission special meeting, commissioners voted unanimously to certify the results of last week's primary election. According to White Pine County Clerk Nicole Stevie, over 35% of registered voters turned out, and even 1,900 ballots cast. She credited her staff and poll workers for their hard work, which made for a smooth process. And though over 1,000 of those 1,900 votes were cast by mail, there was a downside in that.
We sent out over maybe 4,400 ballots. 3,021 of them were mailed to voters and were not returned. But that happens, especially during midterm primaries.
Commissioners Hank Vogler and Tim Pawley did not attend, citing work obligations. Steffi clarified for us that since Todd Fincher received more than 50% of the vote in the primary election for sheriff, state law says he is declared elected, while Dr. David Pratt and Burton Hilton will both appear unopposed on the general election ballot for County Commission Seat 1 and Assessor respectively. The White Pine County Sheriff's Office responded to a variety of incidents on June 17th, including a vehicle fire on a state route that remains under investigation. Deputies were assisted by White Pine County Fire, Nevada State Police, and Search and Rescue in extinguishing the blaze. Other calls included a domestic disturbance, a child bitten by a family member's dog, and a harassment complaint that resulted in a citation being issued. Deputies also recovered a scooter reported stolen by a juvenile at a city park and issued a warning to an underage side-by-side driver operating on a city street. Additional calls involved welfare checks, traffic hazards, reckless drivers, and reports of smoke in a mountain range, which was referred to the Bureau of Land Management. Fire crews are continuing to battle two lightning-sparked wildfires burning south of Caliente in Lincoln County along the Nevada-Utah border. The Bureau of Land Management says the Cane Springs fire is now estimated at about 6,000 acres with 0% containment, while the Grapevine fire has grown to roughly 3,949 acres, also uncontained. Officials report extreme fire behavior on both incidents, including wind-driven runs, torching, and spotting in steep, rugged terrain. Gusty southwest winds, low humidity, and critically dry fuels are making suppression efforts difficult. Interagency crews have been working through the night, using road systems and previous burn scars as containment lines where possible, while aircraft drop water and retardant when conditions allow. No evacuations are currently in place. Senators Catherine Cortez Masto and Jackie Rosen have introduced a bipartisan resolution honoring the life and legacy of NASCAR legend Kyle Busch. The resolution was introduced alongside North Carolina Senators Ted Budd and Tom Tillis. Busch, a native of Las Vegas and one of the most accomplished drivers in NASCAR history, died in May after being hospitalized with a serious illness. The senators say the resolution recognizes Busch's impact on motorsports and honors his contributions both on and off the track. The measure highlights his Nevada roots and celebrates a racing career that inspired fans across the country. And over the past 2 weeks, regular 85 unleaded gasoline in Ely has dropped roughly 40 cents a gallon, from $4.39 to $3.99 per gallon. That price at one outlet will drop tomorrow. The Golden Gate next to the White Pine Golf Course will be offering free food and prices tomorrow from 11 a.m. until 4 p.m., but the most anticipated prize will be discounted gasoline. Representatives of Golden Gate aren't being precise on what the discount will be. Los Angeles County prosecutors have announced 12 felony counts of tax fraud against Las Vegas comedian Carlos Mencia. District Attorney Nathan Hochman says the charges include 6 counts tied to alleged unfiled personal tax returns and 6 more related to corporate filings. Prosecutors allege Mencia failed to report about $8.7 million in income between 2019 and 2024, resulting in more than $300,000 in unpaid state taxes. Officials say the case is the first brought by a new business tax fraud unit created to target complex financial crimes. If convicted on all counts, Mencia could face more than 10 years in prison. Mencia, who performs in Las Vegas and is known for his stand-up career and former Comedy Central show Mind of Mencia, has not commented on the charges. And for Sahara Motors, that's your morning news from the state of Nevada.
You see lots of commercials on television telling you to drive a little and save a lot. Dealers wanting you to drive to Salt Lake, Elko, Reno, and even Las Vegas. But ask them one question. What happens if there's a problem? Do you have to drive 3, 4, or even 6 hours to get service? Here at Sahara Motors in Ely, we service everything we sell right here in White Pine County. Shop here first, get our best deal, and you get that best deal by telling Shauna that Wyatt sent you by. Then if you want, shop other places. When you account for the drive, you'll find that it pays you to be a part of the Sahara Motors family. Stop by Sahara Motors, just about a mile north of Ely on US 93. Sahara Motors, we are White Pine proud.
Tell Shauna Wyatt sent you by.